Let's go.
Marco.
Do you like me?
Yes.
Marco, go through stuff.
Yeehaw! It's bull wrangling time.
Uh-huh. We're back. Wowzers. Wowzers, we are back. We're alive. Oh, he looks so good on the screen. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are good. Welcome back. This is another, obviously, another live stream. Very glad to see you guys here. I know it feels like these are, it's been a long time because we're weaning off not so slowly from 3 streams a week to 1 stream a week. But there is a reason for this. As you know, I have to be very careful at this current present moment in time. And I have the dono goal up on the screen that just says the war chest. What does it mean? Well, even that I can't be too specific about. But if you're sensing through the cosmos and through the airwaves what I am reaching out to my cult members for, then you know. Thumbs up the ting, of course.
Thumbs up the ting.
Click like on the stream. It's free to do. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to all the members. Thank you to everybody. We are going to talk about an MLM company called Onpassive today. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to do another, more personal stream talking about like my personal life and stuff and updates with that on my second channel, Always Marco Extras. I did one last week for the first time in like a month, and it was a couple months, I think, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to do more on there. Thank you, Monica, for the super chat. Appreciate that. We're talking about Onpassive today. Now, I have to say, before we get into this, shout out to Alonda, the Recovering Hunbot. Her channel is called The Recovering Hunbot. I highly recommend you check her out. So big shout out to her, and I'm plugging her channel here. She has been covering Onpassive for quite some time, and it wouldn't be right of me to do this stream talking about Onpassive for the first time I've ever mentioned it without shouting out Alonda. So big ups to you, Alonda. I know this probably feels like a vindication for you specifically because of how closely you've been monitoring this. And I remember back in March at the MLM conference that I attended, Alonda, her presentation centered around Onpassive and this guy that we're going to be talking about today, Ash Mufareh. So shout out to Alonda. I actually saw her in the chat a second ago. She said, been waiting for this day for a long time, been covering it since November 2021. Now, how come a person, a member of the public, like Alonda, can cover a company like this since 2021, so let's say 2 years, and in the SEC's complaint, they say that since 2018, it has been involved in these nefarious, deceptive practices. How is it possible, you might ask, that this could go on for this long, and that a regular member of the public, like Alonda, could figure out that this was a pyramid scheme, and yet it took the SEC until now, 2023, to figure it out? That's a very good question. And it brings me to the first topic of this evening, which is the ultimate question that will leave you scratching your head and or feeling hopeless. And that is the contemplation that either the SEC, the FTC, etc. SEC stands for Securities and Exchange Commission. FTC is Federal Trade Commission. SEC, I'm surprised actually to see them take the reins on this case, because off the top of my head, I can't think of an MLM company that was dealt with by the SEC as opposed to the FTC. Ponzi schemes, yes, but SEC, as far as I understood, dealt more with securities and stocks and, futures and things of that nature. But alas, here we are. Maybe it's because Onpassive had a crypto, base or whatever. Alonda would know better than me. Go check out her channel. She has several videos on this. We're actually going to be reacting to one of the videos on her channel that she put together today. So the Onpassive compensation plan and That's a different one. One that she did called Onpassive Decoded, the mind-blowing inspiration behind the name revealed by Ash Mufareh. So this is going to be, this is a video on Yolanda's channel where Ash, the CEO, is talking about how amazing the company is. So we're going to check that out. But earlier this year, a few months ago actually, I listened to the audiobook of a book called No One Would Listen. And it is written by Harry Markopolos, who is the guy who basically discovered and brought to light the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme, which is widely regarded as one of the biggest white-collar crimes of all time. Unfortunately, that's not true in my opinion. Not really my opinion, but I'm saying that for the sake of everyone's head not exploding. Multi-level marketing by far takes the cake compared to Bernie. But he talks about in his book reporting Bernie Madoff to the SEC as early as the year 2000, and again in 2001 and again in 2005. And it wasn't, of course, until 2010 when Bernie Madoff came clean to his sons about the Ponzi scheme that he was running, and his sons turned the news over to the FBI, and then Bernie Madoff turned himself in. So even then, the SEC didn't really do anything. They didn't really discover it. Like, Bernie Madoff willingly turned himself in. Thank you, Captain Kirk, and thank you, Beyond. Really appreciate the super chats. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Captain Kirk. Appreciate that. I've been getting some comments about America Income Life, so we might have to check that out in the future. Thumbs up the ting, by the way. Click like, everybody. So in the book, Harry Markopolos talks about the absolute ineptitude of the SEC. Now, this might seem harsh, and in the videos you can see, you know, if you search that Harry Markopolos SEC hearing that he did where he was explaining to the SEC how he had discovered Bernie's Ponzi scheme almost 10 years earlier and nothing had been done about it, even though he had reported it several times. Harry is actually, in my opinion, being very graceful and forgiving and kind by giving this scathing, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess review of the SEC, talking about how incompetent they are. I actually think he's paying them a great kindness by doing that. Why is that? Because when you say that they are incompetent, you know, there's the saying, never attribute to malice what you can attribute to incompetence. But what about when it's not incompetence? Well, then that only leaves you with malice. I think Harry Markopolos, this is just my opinion, maybe in the future him and I will have a conversation about this and I can ask him directly. I did exchange some emails with him about a month and a half, 2 months ago, and we didn't get into too much, but maybe one day I'll be able to ask him this directly. I think that Harry Markopolos called the SEC incompetent and foolish and inept and all these things so that the SEC would enact a whistleblower program, which they did, that Harry Markopolos could then use to get paid off of in the future, which they did. And that's his career now, is basically he makes his money from the SEC whistleblower reports, which as far as I know didn't exist prior to that. Now, if he had said the SEC was complicit in allowing Bernie Madoff to perpetuate his Ponzi scheme, well, now it wouldn't have been so easy to twist their arm and get them to enact this whistleblower program, because now you're implicating them and basically saying they are also criminals. Now, that brings us to 2023, where Onpassive, which has been well documented by, among other creators, Alanda, the recovering Hanbot, and it's only now that the SEC is filing this complaint. So let me show you what the SEC is alleging. This is it right here, okay? So this says, Ash Mufareh, Onpassive LLC, a.k.a. Go Founders, and O Founders, Asmahan Mufareh. I think that's his alias or his real name. Who knows? SEC sues alleged perpetrators of fraudulent multi-level marketing scheme. The irony just in that sentence. Fraudulent multi-level marketing scheme. It's like saying bad-intentioned murderer. It's like, of course, you don't need to say he's bad-intentioned, you know? Bad-intentioned serial killer. Okay, we get that. Here we go. the SEC today announced charges against Ash Mufareh of Orlando, Florida, and his company Onpassive for orchestrating a fraudulent and unregistered offering. Wow, earth-shattering news. An MLM turned out to be a fucking scam. I know. Buckle up. The SEC's complaint alleges that since 2018, the defendants have fraudulently raised over $108 million. That's a decent chunk of change. You'd have to dig in the couch cushions for a couple weeks to get that. From over 800,000 investors across the globe. So 800,000 victims, in other words, including in the U.S. The defendants allegedly claim to be developing a suite of computer apps using AI, obviously made it up. According to the complaint, the defendants sold investors positions in a multi-level marketing arrangement for $97, where the investors would earn passive income. How many times have you heard that? From subscription fees paid by later investors. Peter to pay Paul. The passive income payments were allegedly were to commence on Onpassive's commercial rollout of the computer apps, but as of June 2023, the defendants allegedly had not yet commercially launched any applications or commenced paying commissions. Per the complaint, the Onpassive program is a pyramid scheme. So this guy didn't even really try. He didn't even try to hide the fact. You know, usually with MLM companies, they disguise it by saying, you know, there's some sort of purchase requirement. You're buying your starter kit, or you're buying, you know, whatever it is. Usually it's a starter kit, and you're paying to join. This one, he didn't even have the fucking product yet. So it's just like he was basically acting as a bank. Give me the $97 and I'm banking the money, and then later we're going to launch your websites and this and that, and AI software nonsense, and then you'll get paid after the fact. But in the meantime, keep getting new people. Complete insanity. And 800,000 people invested in this. So what's 800,000? Let's say, I mean, I haven't read the full report. Alonda did a stream on this earlier today for a couple hours where she reads the entire report. You can also go to the SEC site here and click on this and see the full complaint. It's 43 pages long, so I'm not going to get through it today, of course. But presumably, let's use some quick math. Presumably, if 800,000 people paid $97, that means that this thing brought in $77.6 million. Where's the button? Where's the button?
Billions and billions.
So a decent chunk of change for literally not offering anything. Wrong button. For literally not offering anything. Pretty good money. Let's see. In furtherance of the pyramid scheme, the defendants allegedly made material misrepresentations about the timing of the commercial product launch, basically saying it's coming out on this day and it never did. Also, the magnitude of anticipated profits, you're going to make millions of dollars. Obviously, that wasn't true. And the legality of the defendants' operations. It was a legitimate MLM? No, it was a pyramid scheme. The defendants also allegedly created websites and posted positive reviews of the defendants to counter negative reviews on existing sites that review MLM programs. Steve Hassan, the author of Combating Cult Mind Control, Freedom of Mind, what's the other book called? Releasing the Bonds? Steve Hassan, I think it's called Releasing the Bonds. Yeah, Releasing the Bonds. I actually, fun fact, I am doing my interview with Steve Hassan on Monday. You can follow him on Instagram at Cult Expert. And he does exactly what his namesake suggests. He is a cult expert. I think the only one on this planet more experienced than Steve Hassan in that realm of studying cults is Dr. Robert Lifton, who, as far as I know, isn't active anymore because he's in his 90s. So I'm doing my interview with him on Monday, and I bring him up because, where did it mention here? Okay, so the defendants allegedly created websites and posted positive reviews of their own product/company to counter the negative reviews on existing sites that review MLM programs. So Steve Hassan would point to the BITE model: behavior, information, thought, emotion, the 4 pillars that a cult clings to try to gain control over someone. Their behavior, what they do, the information they receive. This would be an example of information control. Trying to silence critics, which you've seen happen to certain creators before. I won't name any names. I won't point any fingers, but you've seen that happen to creators before. Trying to silence critics or trying to overwhelm the search results, tip the scales in their favor by using fake reviews. Actually, this happened just this past week. I did a stream last Saturday called Meet Dale Calvert, and a lot of you guys enjoyed that one. And Dale Calvert posted a response called Marco the Anti-MLM Coward. He actually posted it, Marco the Anti-MLM Sissy Boy, but then he deleted that one and re-uploaded it because the last 5 minutes were literally unintelligible because there was an ad playing and he didn't even seem to notice. So it's like the first 10 minutes of this is the same and then the last few minutes is different. So anywho, in his comment section, you can see it's all like bots. Gino7347, MC1373, Marilyn 3912, Dan 3016. They all use the same naming format, and they all have like a very generic, picture of like somebody, a selfie of someone. There's no differentiation among the profiles. There's nobody using like a pseudonym, and everyone's name ends in a 3 or 4 number suffix at the end, and it's obviously bots. So this is a great example of that. This video only got 242 views, but somehow there's 50 comments. I mean, that's a ridiculously high ratio, and only 19 likes. So it's a ridiculously high level of engagement for a video that got 242 views, and anyone who's even vaguely familiar with social media can look at these accounts and know, okay, these are bots. Some of them don't even have a username. Look at this one, user-cn9ugh3. Come on, man. So back to this Onpassive thing. Allegedly, they were doing the same thing, creating websites and posting positive reviews of themselves to counter negative reviews. The counterfeit sites allegedly mimicked the existing sites' names and logos to deceive readers into thinking the reviews were generated by third parties unassociated with the defendants. This is so... Look. This matters in the big picture, in the grand scheme, mainly because even though the FTC, in my opinion, is complicit in allowing the MLM scam to continue, the same way that the SEC was complicit in allowing Bernie Madoff to continue, every case that does come forward, it's like a little cut. It's like a tiny little paper cut on the body of an elephant. It's not going to kill it. It might not even notice that it happened. But each of these provides, when this, I'm sure the SEC doesn't bring a case forward or file a complaint until it actually knows the facts and is, has a bulletproof, ironclad case. So assuming that Onpassive going forward gets shut down by the SEC, that piece of case law or this investigation, this conclusion by the SEC will help in future examples where people are trying to litigate or find themselves locked into litigation with MLM companies. So, it's ridiculous that it took so long. This thing's been going on since 2018 and has a victim tally of 800,000. That's the ones that they know about. Could be more. 800,000 people over 5 years. What the fuck took you so long? What are y'all doing? I truly wonder the same thing about the FTC, really. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? Is something more important? Did I disturb you? Oh, are you on your break? Sorry. Oh, you're clocked out already? What the fuck are you guys doing? What could be more pressing and important and of higher priority than the biggest scam and cult in human history by every measurable metric? Number of victims, it's the biggest. Financial losses, it's the biggest. amount of suicides and divorces and friendships destroyed, the most. So, what are you guys doing? It's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. So, again, to reference the Harry Markopolos thing, you either conclude that the FTC, SEC are so stupid that they don't know how to spot a pyramid scheme, and that they, oh, well, we're going to look into it, and it's going to take us a few years to conclude. Why is it going to take you a few years? I can watch one opportunity presentation from any MLM company and know that it's a scam and a pyramid scheme. And I get that you guys have to have, well, in order for us to bring a case, we have to have victims, so people need to file reports, and we need to have like actual examples with screenshots and screen recordings from people who were in the MLM company that, made deceptive earnings claims, and we need there to be public, pressure. But even when you motherfuckers have all that, you take so long. Listen, there's a lot I want to say that I can't say, but I will say I have seen people who, hold on a sec. I've seen people, creators, organizations come together and provide all of that stuff to the FTC, SEC, whoever, and still either nothing gets done or it takes years for something to get done. Why the fuck would it take 2 years for something to get done? Let's assume, right? Assume, and of course this would never happen, right? Because how could it? Assume that Harry Markopolos filled out a whole report using his experience in the securities industry to file a report to the SEC, letting them know in detail how Bernie Madoff's returns were impossible, how the slope of Bernie Madoff's graph, sorry, I guess you're looking at it this way, went like this. And they didn't do anything. And then he did it again the following year, and then again a few years later, and each time added more information, more evidence, more proof that Bernie Madoff was just running a Ponzi scheme. And that was the only reasonable conclusion. And nothing got done. That could never happen, right? Or fast forward, now it's 2023. The FTC receives, these are real people. The FTC, they're human beings that are in the FTC. I can't imagine what they fucking do all day. They're sitting there. Okay, I've literally tried to imagine before. I'm working for the FTC. I go into work at the office. I sit down at my desk. Okay, let's fucking stop some crime. Let's stop some fraud. Okay. Let me search up the name of an MLM. Let me just go down the list. MLM company. Okay, Onpassive. Okay, here's a bunch of YouTube videos that already did the work for me, that already watched the Zoom meetings, that already followed, the social media accounts of the people who were promoting it through a ghost account or whatever, and screen recorded and screen captured all the deceptive earnings claims and the metadata on the images there to prove it. Oh, yay! We have a silver platter case right here. And you know what? You could do that for literally any MLM. Basically every MLM. And I mean, there's new ones popping up all the time. But think of the ones that have been around for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. Some of them have been around longer than that. There is such a library of content that shows that they are illegal pyramid schemes. And that's saying something, because the biggest pieces of coverage, they do everything they can to silence those sources of information. So, I just don't get what you guys are doing all day. And like back in March when I went to this MLM conference, I met some people that work at the FTC. They watch my videos. They watch my channel. I can't say names and talk in detail or whatever, but I talked directly face to face, looking in the eyes of people that worked at the FTC. But, oh yeah, I loved your video about this. Motherfucker, do something then. What do you mean you loved my video about whatever company? You can't do shit. Oh yeah, we're looking. What do you mean? I gave you everything. So it's a tough. There's no happy conclusion. Either they are so stupid, Either they are so stupid they don't know what's right before them, which I have to tell you, that's not the case. They do know that MLMs are pyramid schemes. They do know that all of the information used to prove that one company is a pyramid scheme, all that same information, all those same arguments can be levied against any other one of them. It's so easily duplicatable. The irony that they focus on duplication, I can duplicate as well. You look at my series, Infiltrating a Pyramid Scheme, all the videos are different in their own way, but they all get to the same point. They all are basically the same idea. Deceptive earnings claims, you know, you can make $5,000 a week if you just recruit three who recruit three who recruit three, whatever. Some sleazy confidence man standing at the front of the room. Oh, does that make sense with you guys? Hey, guys, write this down. Hey, would you rather have a penny? Would you rather have $1 million right now or a penny doubled every day for 30 days? Think about that. And then, of course, what happens? The comments are filled with hundreds of people being like, oh, yeah, I was in this. It's definitely a scam. Me and my husband are getting divorced. Me and my best friend, my daughter won't talk to me anymore. My best friend won't talk to me anymore because he's in the cult. It's absolutely indescribable levels of corruption. And so, yeah, you have no choice as a rational, reasonable person. You have no choice but to conclude that they are complicit in allowing it to continue. And if you've read Ponzi-nomics, you sort of can understand the Ouroboros snake eating its own tail situation we have here. Because Congress decides the direction of the FTC. And Congress decides based on the interests. Interest is a fancy word for who paid me to do what. The interests of their lobbyists, another word for people who bribe the government. These little fuckery language games, when is it going to stop? You know, the MLM industry has the Direct Selling Association. I went to their building. I think in my Discord, you can still see a picture of me standing out front of their office on K Street. Literally the lion's den, the Shark Tank in Washington, D.C. when I was there. They have a lobbying arm, and it's been well documented. They spend, where's the button?
Billions and billions
of dollars every single year on lobbying. Okay? Lobbying. Bribing who? Congress. Old people who are barely even alive. You've seen the video of Mitch McConnell freezing in the middle of his talk? He's gonna die. Why is he there? Retire. Retire 10 years ago. Hey, Mitch McConnell, invent a time machine so that Mitch McConnell can go back 10 years and retire. It's insane. So, yeah, you have no choice but to conclude the obvious, which is that, you know, Congress gets the money from lobbyists, aka corrupt politicians are bribed by corrupt organizations to decide the direction of the regulatory agency, the FTC, that is supposed to be going after fraudsters and criminals. But those fraudsters and criminals are in some cases, like in the MLM case, the very ones paying the Congress people so that the FTC doesn't do that. And here we are 50 some years later after the 1979 Amway decision, almost 50 years later, after the 1979 Amway decision that has led to the current landscape that we have now. And so it's going to be a battle that is, death by 1,000 cuts. It's not going to be some big boom that destroys the MLM industry. It's sort of, I guess if I can think of it, it's sort of like a dam building up pressure, building up lawsuits, cases, increasing number of victims, increased awareness spread through the internet, and people telling their stories on social media and on YouTube. And the pressure will ultimately build to a point where the dam cracks and something has to be done. And, I really also, spoiler alert to anyone who was involved with the MLM conference or is going to be involved, I regret some of the things I said at the MLM conference. I regret trying to play the game because, and I get now why Robert Fitzpatrick doesn't do it. in the MLM conference speech that I gave, you can see I said at the end of my speech, this industry, referring to MLM, urgently needs tighter regulation. I think I talked about this on a recent stream. This industry is not an industry at all. MLM. There's nothing industrious going on here. They don't invent anything. They don't improve upon anything that already existed. They don't specialize in some way to offer something unique and special. As a matter of fact, what they claim they are doing, direct selling, is an obsolete business model that doesn't even exist today, except for in the most rare luxury cases like yacht sales and private jet sales. People are not using direct selling, going door to door and, making a living like this. So it's not an industry. I think we can check that box. And then to say they need tighter regulation, well, it's like saying, you know what? Let's take the coalition of drug cartels. Let's let them self-govern themselves, but just they need to make sure that they promise to only sell drugs to people who are above a certain age and have, a stable job and a house and they're not addicts. And do you think that's going to work? Let's regulate crime. That's what it is. You're trying to regulate something that is based on deception and is based on a calculated evil to begin with. This is not an accident that 99% of people in MLM lose. It is not an accident that they use all the same cult lingo and brainwashing trickery from one company to the next. It's not an accident. It is a planned, contrived deception and evil. That's what it is. It is evil. So to say that you're going to regulate it, and not only regulate it, but that they're going to self-regulate it, is absolutely a spectacular fucking irony in and of itself. It's like saying, we need to regulate murder. And who are we going to entrust to regulate murder? All the biggest murderers. It's really one of those situations where I have to say, and you've heard me say this before, if I didn't laugh, I would cry. Because the only way out, the only solace that I can find in discussing this thing that has destroyed so many lives, and I'm a victim of it too. I was never in an MLM, but my best friend was. He was my best friend. And then he wasn't anymore. Why? Because the cult took him, and he had that look, that demonic, possessed, glazed eyes, wide-eyed look when he came up to me after the presentation. So when are you going to sign up? I didn't even recognize him. It really scared me. And I saw an article from one of the women who actually survived their encounter with Ted Bundy, some young girl who went on a date with Ted Bundy before he was discovered to have been a murderer, obviously. And she tells this story of going on a date with Ted Bundy and how during their meal, she just got this weird vibe from him and his look. There was something about his face that unsettled her. Now, Ted Bundy, all the historical reports talk about Ted Bundy being a handsome guy, and you wouldn't expect it. But I've read stuff about how, evil people's faces can contort in a way that makes them almost unrecognizable. Like, if you see someone in their most, profound, passionate fit of rage, they're going to look different physically than when they are cool, calm, and collected. And so in this article, I'm reading this woman's account of her experience with Ted Bundy. She says she called her brother to pick her up because she didn't feel comfortable. And then a few years later on the news, she saw that Ted Bundy was the guy that she had been on the date with. And when she talked about his face distorting and becoming someone she didn't recognize, that's exactly how I felt. Exactly how I felt. Not in the sense that I was going to get murdered, obviously. I wasn't on a date with, it's obviously a different level of power dynamic where she was a, innocent girl and this guy was obviously capable of the most atrocious things you could imagine. I'm not comparing the scale of it. I'm just comparing the element of recognizing something unsettling in somebody's face. And that's what happened. That's what happened. And it was World Financial Group. Barclay in the chat says, my brother is the same. WFG took him. Wow. There's a couple of donations here that I want to shout out and thank. Thank you, David Poole, for joining. Welcome to the cult. Thank you, Darius Dillon, for the super chat. I'm scrolling. What up, Panda? What up, Sam here? What up, Johnny? JH says, have you examined Kyani, and is Kyani car problem a scam? The car problem, I'm not if you're talking about the car program, I would say the whole thing is a scam. Yeah, it's multi-level marketing. Okay, Recovering Hunbot says the person, Ash Mufareh, in this SEC filing is Ash's wife. She's the expert on this. By the way, I want to shout out Recovering Hunbot as well, because a couple streams ago I talked about how no one talks about how Shanann Watts, the wife of Chris Watts, you guys know that famous case. There's been several documentaries made about it. Chris Watts, the guy that murdered his wife and his 2 daughters. Nobody in any of the major publications talks about how she was a Hun, and she was in an MLM called Thrive. And there's a whole rabbit hole of theories and evidence and videos of her, basically like her social media postings of her promoting her MLM, and theories about how, in all the mainstream documentaries, like the Netflix documentary and shit about Chris Watts, the whole motivation is that he had a mistress, he lost a bunch of weight, and so he was feeling confident about himself, and he had a mistress on the side, and he was cheating, and that's why the whole thing, that's why he killed his wife. But nobody in the mainstream publications talks about his wife racking up an ungodly amount of debt in her MLM and undoubtedly being brainwashed by a cult. Nobody talks about that element of how that might have been affecting their dynamic. Not excusing Chris Watts, of course. I don't care. You don't murder someone even if they are in a cult and burning through your cash, whatever. But I stand corrected when I say that no one is talking about it, because Alonda on Recovering Hunbot actually has several videos going in depth talking about this. She has videos called The Reality Behind Shanann Watts' Vision Board. Only has 58K views. I mean, that's substantial coverage. And another one talking about the Watts. There's a part 2 to it, and how Amway affected Chris Watts and Shanann Watts. 59K views. Substantial. I'm very excited to watch those. I haven't seen them, but shout out to you, Alonda, for covering that. We got to see some on Jodi Arias in the future, about how Jodi Arias was in an MLM and how her boyfriend, who she murdered, was actually her upline. We definitely got to check that out. Make sure I didn't miss comments here. What up, Julie Anderson in the chat? I see you. All right, let's see. What up, Joey K? We've been reading faces for 250,000 years. Caveman Bob could tell Caveman Larry was going to try to bash him. So true. So true, frankly. Bro murdered his wife and strangled his kids to death for a chick that was a 4. Hey, I was going to make a joke. Let's not. Thank you for, wow, let's see the donations here on, what's it I'm gonna call it? August 12th. Is that today? Yes. Not Panda Here Gaming, which is Johnny Azul, said, my baby is sleeping. His mama is right here. Thank you for that. Inside jokes on inside jokes in that one. Evie said, hey, Marco, can you please explain what a good intentioned MLM is? Deluminati? I did a stream recently called Is There Such Thing as a Legitimate MLM? I suggest you watch that one, and I'm going to cut that one down into its own video as well. TK Subi says, OnlyFans / Marco54. Thank you so much. 100 donated 100. Who is this? Who is this? Wow, this is somebody who... Wow. We got a $100 donation and a follow-up 3 minutes later $10 donation from David. And David first donated to me. You're not going to believe this. Is this correct? No, sorry. I'm sorry. These are not the same person. This person who donated $100 says, love you from Seattle. My friend is into her billionth MLM, my daily choice. Look into it if you get a chance. Here's to the war chest. Marco. Thank you to 100. And this person doesn't have a name, but it says that they do. It says they donated to me for the first time. I'm looking at my analytics here on Streamlabs. They first donated to me September 1st, 2019. No way. This person's a quadruple OG. Let me see. I'm looking them up on Instagram. They gave me their Instagram long ago. See if they're still there. This is 3 years ago. Here we go. Is this you? I'm going to message you right now on Instagram and see if this is you. Oh, yeah, this is definitely you. Replying to a story from January 4th, 2020. This is definitely you. Crazy. Well, thank you so much for that. I don't know if you want me to say your name, but we'll refer to you as 100. Thank you very much, 100. Really, really, really appreciate that. Okay. Then we go back. We have a donation from Korki Bucek, which is a reference to Borat. Have you heard the news about Korki Bucek? No, I haven't. What's the news? Do I dare ask? And David says, Goontax, 240 watching, 115 likes. Thumbs up the team.
Thumbs up the team.
Yes, you guys, come on. We got to get the like. The like to viewer ratio is abysmal right now. More than 100 of you haven't clicked like. Are you joking me?
What you were about to witness is real.
Disgusting. Okay. Here we go. All right, let's go back to this here. Did I read the whole thing? All right, here we go. The SEC's complaint filed in federal court in the Middle District of Florida charges Mufareh and Onpassive with violating the registration requirements of Sections 5A and 5C of the Securities Act of 1933 and the anti-fraud provisions of Section 17A and of the Securities Act and Section blah, 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 blah. The complaint from the SEC to Onpassive seeks injunctive relief, which you already know, money, hopefully, which is to pay back the victims. Disgorgement, ooh, if somebody ever tries to disgorge me, come on, I don't like that word. Disgorgement of ill-gotten gains, ooh, you know what that means? Plus prejudgment interest thereon on a joint and several basis, civil penalties, and an officer and director bar against Mufareh. Ooh, chefin'. So this means that the CEO won't be able to be an officer or a director of any company that deals with the certain realm of products. The complaint names Mufareh's spouse, Asmahan, as a relief defendant. Ooh, Bonnie and Clyde shit. We scam together. We go to jail together. The SEC's investigation was conducted by John Crimmins with assistance from these people. The litigation will be led by Gregory Miller and Michael Friedman under the supervision. So here's my question. This sort of goes to what I said earlier. If you want to read the full thing, it's here. The SEC's Office of Investor Education and Advocacy has issued an investor alert to encourage investors to be aware of indications that a pyramid scheme may be posing as a multi-level marketing program. I have to fucking read that. What a joke. Hey, guys. No, thanks. Hey, guys. This is from 2013. Beware of pyramid schemes posing as multi-level marketing programs. And then look what they describe. Look what they describe. All things that are present in every MLM. No demonstrated revenue from retail sales, meaning only the distributors themselves are buying it. Check. Easy money or passive income. They all say that. Check. Promises of high returns in a short time period. They all say that. Check. No genuine product or service. In some cases, like Onpassive. Check. Buy-in required. Literally everyone I've ever looked at. Check. Complex commission structure. We've looked on this channel streams. Richard Sletcher talking about MLM for CEOs, the forced matrix, the 2-up plan, the binary plan, the unilevel plan. Complex commission structure, I mean, that's all of them. You get 3 people, and that gives you this much PV, and when they buy, it gets you this much BV, and when your PV weighs out this much BV after the 14th of the month, then you can qualify for this rank, and this rank correlates to how many. All fucking ridiculous. Emphasis on recruiting. Oh, okay, thanks for describing literally every MLM company in the world to me. Maybe I'll use this webpage from the SEC. Oh, I can't say too much. Sometimes this is why I can't be streaming too much. All right, let's see. Thank you, Precious81, for the donation. Obama. So true. Literally can't make this up. Thumbs up the stream. That's what I can't make up. The fact that 100 of you haven't clicked like. Actually disrespectful. In my interview with Steve Hassan, I got to make sure I ask him about if he thinks I'm running my cult ethically. All right. So, wow. What I wanted to say about this last bit here was the investigation was conducted by 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and the litigation will be held by 1, 2, 3 people. So the investigation was conducted by John Crimmins, who was assisted by Benjamin Perlman, which was supervised by Nina B. Finston. So let's assume that Nina B. Finston didn't actually do much, but they just reported to her. And let's just say, for the sake of being generous, John Crimmins and Benjamin Perlman were the ones doing the investigation. Even, this is going to sound crazy, but even 2 people who are paid, like salaried people at the SEC, even 2 people examining an MLM company, assuming that they studied it for, I don't know if it says in the full report how long they've been looking at Onpassive or how long they've been conducting this investigation. But even 2 people who it is their actual job to investigate a company, I can't see why it would take more than 3 months. Honest to God. That's me being generous. I can't see why it would take more than 3 months for 2 professionals from the SEC to look at an MLM company and conclude that it's a pyramid scheme, especially with all the tools at their disposal. All the people that were probably making these ridiculous earnings claims on social media, all the videos out there made by people like Recovering Hunbot, which document the deception and misleading claims made by the CEO of Onpassive, and on and on and on. Why the fuck does it take you guys so long? And then, not only that, there was 2 people that supervised it and went over everything. So really 4 people put work into this. And now the litigation is going to be led by 2 lawyers, Gregory Miller and Michael Friedman, which are not the same 2 guys that did the investigation, and they're being supervised by David Nass. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 humans. 7 humans, 3 of them who are with the SEC and 3 of them who are lawyers. That's how many? One, my math is wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4 investigators from the SEC and 3 lawyers. Why the fuck? Bro, why did it take all of this? And I get you want to be thorough and whatever, but you don't need all that. When you come to bring it to court, sure, have as many lawyers as possible. Straight up. I support that. Have as many lawyers as you need to secure the conviction. No problem. And get the, TRO, the temporary restraining order, which is, they call it temporary, but really it's permanent because it temporarily restrains the MLM company from operating the endless chain, which is the whole crux of their business. So they call it TRO, but it's basically the most severe penalty that they can give. Never mind when you consider that the FTC can't even bring a criminal case. This is civil. I don't know about the SEC. Let me see. I want to see if that can the SEC bring criminal charges. Here, it's the top one. The SEC Division of Enforcement is the branch of the SEC that conducts investigations. It cannot put any guilty party in jail, but it can bring different types of civil actions. Still not enough. 800,000 victims. How can you defraud 800,000 people? That's what they say. This is their words, bro. They raised over $108 million from 800,000 investors across the globe. Okay? Fraudulently. The word fraud means crime. Fraud is a crime. And yet the SEC can find fraud, point to a significant sized fraud, over $108 million from 800,000 investors, and yet is powerless to bring criminal charges. So the most they can do is seek injunctive relief, which is money, which presumably Mr. Mufareh has a lot of money because he scammed 800,000 people out of their money, and barring him from directing and being an officer of a company. Does that seem fair to you? Does that seem like enough to you? If you ask me, obviously, pyramid scheming should be illegal. It should be crime, not just a civil, offense. It should be crime. It should be, a felony. To defraud people, to destroy relationships, to destroy people's hope, to milk people of their money, savings, to blatantly lie repeatedly and be caught doing it, to have a victim toll of 800,000 and then still just all you have to do is pay some money. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. These people do the bare minimum in order to keep their paycheck coming in every 2 weeks. And I swear, man, I see so many people. I did the stream a few months ago on David Imonitier leaving IM Academy and starting his own MLM company now called Envision You. And you look at the history of MLM companies that this guy has promoted, some of which have even been officially deemed to be pyramid schemes. Probably the most significant, OneCoin, a Ponzi scheme. They didn't even give it the grace of using the word pyramid. They called it a Ponzi scheme. Okay? He was one of their big promoters. OneCoin. And yet, he's free. He can keep going and keep going and keep going. How is that man not in jail for the rest of his life? It really is really beyond me. Really is beyond me. So these types of announcements, this one that we're looking at today from the SEC, these types of announcements are really are a double-edged sword, because you want to be happy that something was done, but then you really look into it and you go, this is so, even just from this little one-sheet blurb, it's so obvious that the company was a pyramid scheme. We haven't even looked at the full complaint. If we look at the full complaint, and I'm sure if we look at this compensation plan explained, and we look at Onpassive Decoded, the mind-blowing inspiration behind the name, revealed by Ash Mufareh, we're gonna think, oh yeah, this was so obviously a pyramid scheme. And yet it takes these grown adult men and women time, like too much time, to figure it out. Why was this not stopped earlier? 2018? You're telling me out of those 800,000 people who were defrauded over the last 5 years, nobody spoke up until now? And that y'all just got right on it? Of course not. Of course not. I actually want to skip ahead I actually do recommend that on your own time you go and look at the full report from the SEC on Onpassive, because they include photos. They include like sources. Look at this. This saves us from actually having to go here and watch this, because this is showing the same thing as right here. And this video was released February 2021. So more than 2 years ago, this video was put out. And yet SEC is only just now including it in their report 2 years later. Look at this. Monthly residual for life. This is what they were advertising. How much month? $2 million a month. Look, you could earn $2 million a month in this orange level here. There was another image source that I saw here. Hold on. Ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. Demand for a jury trial. Goodness gracious. Why would you need a jury trial? This is so obvious. Let me see if they put a dollar amount on the amount of aside from the hundred and some million. Blah blah blah. Received ill-gotten gains. I don't see a number. Let me just type the word million. Yeah, here we go. They have reaped over 108 million from the purchase of over 1.2 million. Oh, sorry. So 1.12 million founders positions by over 800,000 investors. Okay. Wow. Millions of dollars in founders fees. The grid showed it was possible for participants to earn over $2 million a month. I mean, bro, you know, in the MLMs I've covered, I show how ridiculous it is when they suggest that you can make $10,000 a month because 99% of people will lose. And I extrapolate it and I show how the earnings disclosure shows that people, you know, most people earned however 100 a year. And I use the claims of making $10,000 a month to highlight how ridiculous it is. This company is saying $2 million a month? The fucking balls on this guy, you know? If up to 10 tiers under them were fully populated and suggested that $30 million per month was feasible. Holy fuck. Can you believe it? I can't believe you've done this. Literally, but I can, you know? I'm so glad I haven't gone down the rabbit hole of this one, but Alonda, I commend you because it's you know, I can't imagine that the SEC completed this investigation and report and, you know, lawsuit without at least seeing your videos. Well, look, here we go. Another screenshot from an Onpassive document that says, founders will enjoy life-changing benefits. And what do they show? Quite literally, the most basic cookie-cutter pyramid scheme model one could anticipate. You get 3, they get 3, and they get 3. How is this still happening in 2023, bro? A scam from an ancient time. It's so funny that Robert Fitzpatrick on the cover of Ponzinomics, the cover of the book is a cup and ball game, like a street hustler doing a cup and ball game. Sort of highlights how ridiculous, how ridiculously old-fashioned this type of scam is. They just put a fancier disguise on it each time. It's insane. Insane. I bet if you went hard returning bottles and cans, you could make more per year than MLM. You wouldn't need to bet, and you also wouldn't need to go hard. If you made $1 recycling bottles and cans, you would make more money than MLM. That is a verifiable fact. That's not something that needs to be bet on or theorized about. That is a fact. I think I got, oh shoot, hold on. The bag, the donation? Hello. What's going on here, y'all? Somebody donated. Oh, hold on, let me refresh this. Something's broken. My mind is my back is broken. Spinal. Holy. Okay, hold on. Obama, okay, we got that one. C-Rod Man donated $150. Wow. And they say C-Rod Man from Seattle did the first $100 donation. That was me. My YouTube is, let me go to this YouTube that they linked. The Lance Lawyers. You are inspiring me to go after these thugs, and donated $150. Big up for the Lance Lawyers, man. Let me look this up right now. Thank you so much, bro, for real.
You're wrong. You're fucking poor.
Let me see. The Lance Lawyers. Awesome. Is this it? The law offices of... Hold on. Yeah, this is it. The law office... I'm going to give you a shout out. The law offices of Lance Fryrear. And you got some videos. This is you? Are you in Canada? If you are, please call me. United States. Drat. Gosh darn it. But we can definitely still talk. Awesome. Glad to see that. Very much appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Kilakina dropped $10 and said, Goon Tax. Yes.
You're wrong. You're fucking poor.
Goon Tax is coming. It's due very soon. GoonCon coming up at the end of the month. Astro, thank you for the super chat. He said, just ordered iPhone 14 Pro Max from your merch store. Oh, the phone case, you mean. Please give me some bang, bang, bang gunshot sound effect. There you go. Thank you for that. Enjoy the phone case. I'm not selling iPhones. Slap at the wrist. Yep, slap on the wrist for these companies. Get in early on Marco's MLM called Not a Scam. So true. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you, Julie. Why is it in the news that Obama wrote letters to his then girlfriend? What? Come on. I'm reading your comments. Thumbs up the ting, too. Come on, guys. Thumbs up the stream. It's free to do. It's so fast. It's so easy. Hope you read the whole thing, says Obi-Wan. It's beyond words. They even know how Ash and his wife spent some of that money. Spa, jewelry, etc. Insane. Can't believe this, you guys. I really can't. All right, let's check out Onpassive. This is Alanda's video. Onpassive Decoded, the mind-blowing inspiration behind the name, revealed by Ash Mufareh.
We're unstoppable, okay? We're unbelievably powerful. So I do believe in that, and no doubt, I make no mistake, I do believe that crypto has a massive future. The crypto space and crypto currencies, that is unbelievably.
Sorry to pause like immediately, but this is one of the things that doesn't make sense to me is the SEC is involving themselves with this MLM case because they claim to be, you know, crypto. That's what they claim their product is, right? And crypto is similar to stocks in that it's speculative, right? Options, calls, puts, whatever. But the product or the service is just a front. As we saw with the pyramid image a moment ago in the SEC's report, in their full complaint, they show how it's a pyramid scheme. So why the SEC has jurisdiction over one versus the FTC is a mystery to me when they all are the same thing. The FTC or the SEC going after one sort of contributes to this performance that MLM is a real business and a real industry. Oh, this one is for the SEC because they deal with crypto. Well, they all do the same thing. They don't actually deal with crypto. They deal with recruit 3 people who recruit 3 people who recruit 3 people. Oh, that one's for the FTC because that's shampoo and leggings and whatever. No, it's recruit 3 people who recruit 3 people who recruit 3 people. So again, I think this is a disappointment in a way because it further adds to this lie, the big lie, that this is in some way a legit thing or a real thing. It's not.
Strong, but it could be a little early now, adjusting until it gets the way out. In a way, conclusion, I do love technology. I still believe in the MLM concept, multi-level marketing, residual income. That's what I came in for to the market for. I came in for more freedom, smart work, easy work. I had a good income. It wasn't primarily the income what I came for, though the scalability and the residual income is a good thing. I always had had to work in a regular job, corporate job, to get paid. But seeing all those beautiful powers of the industry.
Alanda says, Marco, I am streaming Ash right now. He's speaking out about the SEC. Love it. I just went to your channel. It doesn't say that you're live, but I saw that you did one earlier today about this. So everyone after this, go watch that.
I just was blown away when I discovered that, and I came in all in with my heart, with all my knowledge and experience, and I said, I'm going to do it all the way. I did it successfully. I had ups and downs. And overall, I can say I've done really good, a lot better than many people. Sadly, not that is a good thing. Most people are not doing that great online, and I do believe in working hard for accomplishing financial freedom and personal freedom, the lifestyle. So I hope you can relate to that somehow. This is what I came into, more the freedom, the lifestyle, more than just the money purely. So here is the bottom line. I decided to play a big game, and it was spilling some of my thoughts to close friends and some people that I...
How could you be claiming... Bro, look at this presentation. Look at this fucking PowerPoint and listen to the audio quality. This is Dale Calvert levels of bad. And this is the guy telling you can earn $2 million a month.
Could get their insight and benefit from their feedback throughout the process. And I decided to walk the talk. I'm not going to depend on somebody to do the dream for us and to make it happen for us. The bottom line, I want to take control of our future, financial future, because of what I just mentioned. I do believe in the industry. not denying that a lot of people are not doing it the right way, but it doesn't mean it's a bad industry. It's the perfect industry. I don't think.
Checking all the boxes. Oh, yeah, the other MLM companies are all bad. We're not. We're doing it the right way.
There's a better way, stronger way than what we have online with the crypto, with the crowdfunding concept and the people coming together, the virtual lifestyle, all of that is amazing. It's wonderful. It's just, is anybody doing it right? And, you know, I'll be your first sign up, show me. But actually, we come a long way, so we understand a lot of things are just delusional, dysfunctional. You know, the price is not right, and it's just impossibly, mathematically impossible and technically impossible. It takes like billions of people to complete or accomplish compensation plan.
Is this real? Is he really being for real? It's mathematically impossible. Yeah. You know what else is mathematically impossible, Mr. Onpassive CEO? You know what else is... Pretend I edited this so that I'm not clicking around. You know what else is mathematically impossible, Mr. Onpassive CEO? This. Your own compensation plan. That says Onpassive right on the top of the screen. But he's doing it the right way, everyone.
And so before we talk about the next big thing and the bomb that we're going to share with you, but I want you to stop for a moment and let's slow down together, okay?
Oh my God.
And imagine.
Ash said, only God can stop Onpassive. Oh my God. Insane.
Heart, okay? If there was such a concept that we took all the powers of the many things that we got to see throughout the years, assuming you've been trying for several years like most of us, and what if we come up with something that has all those powers but working together? Not just a pie in the sky, not just on papers look pretty, but I'm talking about something very accurate and reliable that gives you the financial solution that you need to literally...
Where is he live right now, Alanda? I mean, we don't need to listen to his nonsense extrapolations on these bullet points. Let's just look at them. Let's imagine funding solution to your businesses and any cause. So money, instant payments, great. Unlimited residual income. Well, any regulatory agency seeing something like that in a business opportunity pitch, that should be the immediate shut everything down key golden phrase. Unlimited residual income. How? Top marketing automation, all done for you. Real-time guaranteed visitors. None of the other points actually matter when among these listed items is unlimited residual income. You don't even need to include anything else to be... Oh, look at this. Just a picture of money. This slide is a picture, not just of money, of $25. So put that into perspective. Would you like $25? Look how it's nothing. $25 one time into $2 million a month for life. I couldn't make this shit up if I wanted to. $25 one time becomes $2 million a month. Actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, this might actually take the cake for the most audacious and ridiculously insane potential earnings claim that I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. Think about all the shit that I have witnessed in my past few years studying MLM. Just imagine all the things I've heard about people retiring when they were 19 and making millions and billions and, right? $25 into $2 million a month? So what's that? $24 million a year. Just $25 one-time payment. Just $25, baby. Everybody's got that. Lunch costs less than that. Wow. I mean, when did this video get uploaded? August 11th, 2023. So yesterday. Wow. I mean, how old is this actual presentation, though? Only Alonda would know. Wow. What up, Dave Vaughn? Yeah, Charles Ponzi brought to shame with that statement. Charles Ponzi is rolling in his grave like, no, be more subtle. Bernie Madoff is rolling in his grave being like, be more subtle. Wow. That $2 million a month. Let's see how he explains it.
Risk our time, our money anymore. Somebody has to step up and make it happen. The bottom line, we came up with a concept, not in my mind, in my soul, in my heart. I certainly, definitely believe it will affect everybody's life, because everybody will succeed. It's automatic. It's a wealth machine. You could see that anybody could afford it. It is global. It is powerful. It is magical, unbelievably, strong and breakthrough. Hasn't been done together. I have done some pieces of it throughout the years, but now I put everything I've known and learned throughout the beautiful journey. I'm proud I've done it in one place that you owe it to yourself, where the money is no longer going to be an issue. You don't have to work, you don't have to recruit, you don't have to sell, literally. And I don't mean you do some and then, there's some tricks or hidden fine line. No, I mean period. You have nothing to do, okay? Perfectly legal, great product, just the sky's the limit. The bottom line, you decide.
So let me get this straight. A person figured out a way to earn $2 million a month. And what they decided to do with that knowledge was present it to the public and share it with them, give them a piece of the pie in exchange for merely $25? How 800,000 people got duped into this, I have not the slightest fucking inkling of a clue. That has to be the most ridiculous shit, honestly, that I have ever heard. Wow, you can't make this up. Is the chat frozen for anybody? The chat hasn't updated for me in like a couple minutes. Oh, somebody bought merch. Ooh, who bought merch? It's time to play Who Bought Merch? Let's see. Oh, no, it's there. Okay, thank you. Christian, with the iPhone case. We love to see it. Thank you.
You're fucking poor.
Thank you with the phone case. All right. Wow. All right, let's continue.
And you're not going to be able to control how much your income is going to grow.
Wow, this PowerPoint.
However, I just want to share this with you today quickly, that we're not launched this. If you know me enough, we don't just open for business. So we play the launching game, and we're going to get a lot of buzz and excitement and anticipation around this concept in the market. So we literally I know everybody online in a business, in internet marketing business or multi-level marketing or network marketing will use this online, offline. This is a game changer. This is a real solution that I call it like a stimulus plan for all of us to exit that hamster wheel that you just saw. And
the slavery of 9 to 5s, am I right, Ash? The hamster wheel, the rat race, the slavery, whatever they call it.
Put things back to the basis and make it happen for all of us. Use my creativity, benefit from my technology investment, time and sacrifice, and make this happen for you. We are not publicly open. We will not open until we all get structured and positioned. We are only accepting selected and limited.
Limited virtual seats available. Limited time offer. Artificial scarcity. Get in now. FOMO. Such a fucking scam. This guy is not even trying to hide it, like not even slick. At least some of the bigger MLMs have very slick corporate publishings that make them look very well presented and whatever. I mean, you can look just beneath the surface and still figure out it's a pyramid scheme, but this is insane.
Number of founders at this point, okay? So you may reach out to say, yes, we are interested in this founder position, in this phenomenon, okay? And we're happy to share with you more details about the actual products, the compensation plan, how you get paid, and the whole project together, and perhaps more details on how can you become a founder, okay? This is something that no doubt will impact your financial future. Now, you just have to realize everybody who will see this would want to become a founder. Not some, everyone, period. Because it is so gigantic that it will be the talk of the market. Take my word on it, okay? Or
oh, it's the talk of the market now that the SEC is trying to shut y'all down. Definitely the talk of the market, buddy.
Sit on the side and watch. I'm not selling anything here. I just want a good number of my close friends and people who I've done business with in the past to gather together so we can come strong and make that significant impact.
You're not selling anything, but didn't this slide earlier literally say $25? Okay.
Impact right future. Spend today.
This is him.
Today is a very special day because we've been doing this for quite a few weeks already, and so far nobody knows the name of our business. Today, you're going to walk away with more clarity, with more specifications, because it's happening. All right, so we're just going to get right to it. I know some of you might have been here before. Some of the stuff might sound familiar to you, but some new founders that just joined us literally like yesterday, today, or the last few days, maybe they're not up to speed.
Some new founders that just joined us. Literally, do you hear yourself, bro? You can't make this shit up.
So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Okay, we're going to get you up to speed. We're going to fill you in as we go. Just act that you understand and like you're sharp and you're genius. Just you know, wink, wink. Okay, and act like that, because sometimes you need to listen all the way through until you get it. But this is going to be good stuff, okay? Today is a very special day. I promise you, you're going to remember this day, October the 3rd, 2018. It's a very special day for you. Okay, so basically, we have had a...
Imagine being this over the top about your scam in 2018 and not getting in trouble for it in any official capacity for 5 years. This guy got away with fucking financial bloody murder for 5 years. Can you imagine?
Vision, okay, before, and we still...
The absolute uselessness of the SEC. We've come a long way from them ignoring Bernie Madoff for 10 years to only taking 5 years to shut down this much more brazen and publicly available information about this pyramid scheme, Ponzi scheme, I guess. There was no product. It was a Ponzi scheme. Wow. Hey, that's amazing, SEC. In the past 13 years, you have managed to increase your speed getting to these matters from taking 10 years and only being able to recognize it when Bernie Madoff literally surrendered to you, to 5 years where it took you a whole team of fucking people to figure out that this and this was a pyramid scheme. Are you guys hiring? Are you guys hiring, SEC, FTC? How is it that people like us, just people, I'm just a guy. I don't have a degree. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a guy with big balls who is willing to take a hidden camera into the meeting places of these cults and show what really goes on and put my neck on the line and risk being assassinated and sued and whatever else to bring the truth to the people and save people's lives, because it's the right thing to do. And because we make a pretty bag doing it, don't get me wrong. Even though all the money ends up going to a lawyer at the end of the day anyways. But it's the right thing to do. Aww. How is it that people like me, people like Alonda here, do a better job than you? How? How are you gonna do it? How are you gonna do a worse job than me? All right.
we are just going to get right to it. I know some of you might have been
11 minutes in. We're going to get right to it.
here before. Some of the stuff might sound familiar to you, but some new founders that just joined us literally like yesterday, today, or the last few days, maybe they're not up to speed. So I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. Okay, we're going to get you up to speed.
FTC is hiring 2 investigator positions open. I'm good. That was a joke. It is a joke. Yeah, it is actually a joke. Investigator positions open at the FTC. Qualifications: must have a beating heart. What else? Nothing. Actually, we prefer if you only have a beating heart and nothing else. That's actually, you'd be perfect for our team. Most of your day is gonna be spent sitting around, twiddling your thumbs, going to the bathroom, dicking around, watching YouTube, hanging out, talking by the coffee machine and the water cooler, chatting shit with your mates. You'll love it. Starting salary is $100K. Come work with us.
We're going to fill you in as we go. Just act that you understand and like you're sharp and you're genius. Just wink.
Do you think they'll take, Harper says, do you think they'll take someone whose degree is from YouTube? It sounds funny because you would think that the person who is a YouTuber wouldn't be qualified enough to go work for this prestigious, legitimate government organization, right? When in all irony, but in all actuality, the opposite is true, is that any of these investigators at the FTC couldn't hold a fucking candle to me, and it's evidenced by their lack of action, by the overwhelming presence of their inaction, that MLM is still a thing, that people can do thorough independent investigations with the resources available to them, hidden cameras, Zoom meetings, fake Instagram accounts, and put together thorough investigations that get more public coverage than any FTC investigation could or would or has. It's amazing. It's truly amazing.
Wink, okay, and act like that, because sometimes you need to listen all the way through until you get it. But this is going to be good stuff, okay? Today is a very special day. I promise you, you're going to remember this day, October the 3rd, 2018. It's a very special day for you. Okay, so basically, we have had a vision, okay, before, and we still have an unbelievable dream to change the game on the list instead of collecting dust. So who want to play big now? And you thought this is it. I've never been so fired up to go to the sky, to the moon, like literally all the way up. Only the sky is the limit, as today, as now. Okay, so you know our strategies is like we don't play games and all of that, okay? So it's going to be good. So now we're going to talk about the definition of the word passive, okay? So passive, in my own language or description, is basically.
Do we even need to fucking listen to this? Oh, look at you. He's looking slick here. Real God? Does it say real God? Mr. Ash Mufareh, sir?
Looking for ways to help others through philanthropy, through charity, causes that might be close to about 2,000.
And that innovation and that production passively. Simply, you are on our shoulders. We do the work, but we will take you. So you live on passive, on our shoulders, on our technology, on our work, on our knowledge, on our, automation.
Insane that you could get this many people in a fucking Zoom call to hawk this bullshit. Actually, genuinely impressive. Oh my goodness. Where is he addressing the leaders? Where are you guys saying that he's addressing the leaders? You guys are saying that he's live streaming right now. Maybe I should have done this stream on another day. Where is he live streaming this right now? Oh, here we go. Okay. Alonda is live. Pyramid
Virtual background.
Streamception. Me streaming, her streaming. Wow. Somebody in the chat's name is Off Passive. You guys are hilarious, I swear to God. Is this onpassive.com? Here we go. Onpassive.com. Let's check it out. I wonder if he's live on there. Here's their website. Oh. Augmented reality products. Let's see what their products are. Our products. The O Tracker, O Verify, O Mail. Okay, so an email, a web browser, a short URL, This all looks like basic shit. This all looks like basic shit that I already have. Tether. Oh, great. They have Tether. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Amex. No problem. Refund policy. That should be good. Ooh, disclaimer. Ooh, that should be good. Let me check out the disclaimer. Do they have an earnings disclosure? Oh, here we go. Onpassive does not believe or endorse a so-called get-rich-quick model. We are not an MLM? What? We are not into chain marketing? In that one video we literally just watched of his presentation, he's saying, I believe in multi-level marketing. That's why I chose this, blah, blah, blah. Onpassive is not an investment platform. Neither we are into stocks, investment instruments, nor do we... Okay, so what are you? Oh, it's let me guess. It's totally revolutionary and it's never been done before. Wow. Absolutely insane. We are an AI technology company that builds fully autonomous software as a service products using latest AI software technologies for a global customer base. Complete made it up. Literally made it up. The fact that they would have to say we're not a get rich quick and we're not an MLM. I mean, doesn't get easier. Doesn't get more case fucking closed than that, you know? How is he so calm? Here, this is Alonda's stream right now. How is he so calm in the wake of this, you know? Literally can't make it up. Wow. Too much fun. That is too much fun. Okay. I'm reading your guys' comments. He's live on Zoom. Okay. Just listen to the first 5 minutes with us. Him freaking out and deflecting is hilarious. Is it though? Just try to read any of the FAQs. They are priceless. Word salad bingo. Okay, hold on. Let me go back. Since Alonda's streaming it, and I actually am morbidly curious to see what his reaction to the SEC filing is. So let me just go to the beginning of Alonda's stream. It looks like she just starts right into it. Let's see.
You are made of gold. It shows the true you in the unusual times. Now, I'm going to say something you probably didn't expect it, but you know me. I say a lot of...
Does he really address, like, why... If you're still trying to keep your scam going, maybe the worst thing you could do is bring attention to the fact that the SEC is suing you. But let's see how Ash works in mysterious ways. So let's check it out.
Expected things. My name is Ash Mufareh. I'm coming out to you from Orlando right now. And just want to let you know that we at Onpassive are aware of the complaint filed by the SEC.
The SEC! This guy is on his own planet. This guy is in his own movie right now. The SEC filed a complaint? No, my brother. You are being sued by the SEC. This is a big fucking deal. You are not... The SEC is not complaining about you. Wow. Is this real? Is this real life?
Are aware of the complaint filed by the SEC, Security of Exchange Commissions, against the company, myself, and my wife. Yeah, that came out. Have to tell you the truth.
Yeah. So the SEC is suing me, but, you know, it is what it is.
We are disappointed by the SEC's behavior. And
the sex behavior? You can't make this up. The sex behavior. Like sex. You know, like sex. By the sex behavior. Oh, my God, Ash. Wake up, Ash. Are you there?
That they have decided to file this complaint while...
You know, when you read about somebody scamming $100 million from 800,000 people, you think this must be an evil genius. But listening to this guy, he sounds like a complete fucking idiot.
We had, full compliance and cooperation productively with them over the years, literally for years. We've been always transparent and supportive. We understood their curiosity and their reasons to investigate, and we've been all along.
Curiosity, yeah, they're curious. A team of 4 investigators and 3 lawyers. Sorry, 3 investigators and 4 lawyers, whatever it was curious.
Open, and we were working under the sun. We understand some people are probably discomfortable.
Discomfortable? Who is this? Who's mans? People are discomfortable.
I mean, they see discomfort or they're uncomfortable with Onpassive.
What a fucking idiot.
Changing the game They're not used to such a clean, pure thing. So they're doing everything they.
Oh yeah, the SEC is wrong. They're not used to such a clean, pure game. They're singling us out. This reminds me, a couple months ago, I still get angry when I think about this stream that I did, you guys. I did a stream a couple of months ago, and I'm going to point to it right here, called Meet Jay Noland. And Alonda, the recovering Hunbot, has covered Jay Noland on her channel a bunch too, Success by Health. Jay Noland had the absolute gall, the audacity, when the FTC came after him earlier this year when they announced it. No, sorry, this was in 2020, I believe. He made a video talking about his experience with racism and said that the FTC, please go watch that stream, said that the FTC coming after his company for being a pyramid scheme was racism, and uses very tasteless analogies when telling the story, saying, the FTC filed this complaint, and me and my lawyer were basically saying, hands up, don't shoot. Obviously a nod to police killing young black people in the United States, and him, he was sort of leeching off of the newsworthiness of that at the time to try to spin it into his own. Never mind the fact that his co-conspirators were white, who were also named in the complaint. But, the absolute villainy and evil depth that these people will sink to, I truly can't, I'll never stop being amazed by it. It's disgusting. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Let me open this back up over here real quick so I can see your guys' comments. But yeah, definitely go watch that Jay Nolan stream if you haven't.
Good, and they have been. I just want you to understand, this is not a new thing. They have been doing everything in their power.
Yeah, that's the guy who said slopping hogs, Jay Noland.
To undermine Onpassive or diminish it, or the reputation of Ash Mufareh and all of that. I just want you to know that this is not going to change the facts, okay? It's all just pointless allegations. We strongly disagree with the allegations.
Bro, why are you doing this right now, Ash? You are incriminating yourself further. The judge, the SEC is going to use this in court. You realize that, right? Saying that they're baseless allegations. This is going to hurt you when you try to make that plea deal. You realize that, right? When the SEC says, hey, we're suing you, probably the best thing you could do is shut the fuck up.
In all, and they've contained, just some ridiculous points.
Is it an unofficial rule for pyramid schemers to just have the worst audio and visual quality possible? This, Dale Calvert, Scott and Peter, is this like some unspoken treaty they have with each other?
And I personally look forward to our day in court. That's been said. I just want to value all the great, loyal leaders and customers and followers and founding members over the years, their support. And we want you to know that we are fully committed, and we remain committed and truthful to you and to the fact that Onpassive is the future of the internet. That's not going to change. That's been said. We had to bring this up. It is not going to change the fact that Onpassive is producing and had produced some of the finest technologies. That was our promise in 2018. And we will only bring you the finest technologies, the finest products and services that finally we are witnessing a new transparent, clean company to serve the public. Onpassive has taken a great role in that. We are committed to be human and behave in a very humane way.
We're committed to be human. The most robotic thing you could say. Him releasing this means he hasn't talked to a lawyer yet? No kidding, Johnny. No kidding.
Be human and behave in a very humane way to our customers and humanity in general for everything we do. It is not easy. I never said it's easy from the beginning, but I have to tell you.
You didn't say it's easy. You literally showed a slide that said for $25, I could make $2 million a month. Sounds pretty easy. You showed a picture of a guy climbing a ladder into the sky, literally.
I always said, only God can stop Onpassive.
Yeah, maybe he is the artificial intelligence. Artificial stupidity. Artificial lack of intelligence.
No one is yet born to have the ability to stop Onpassive. All right? Only God.
So when the SEC does shut down Onpassive, Ash, how did God do it? Or if only God has the power to do it? I think you truly misunderstand. God right now is listening to this being like, no, actually, the SEC can do it.
And no man and no woman are born yet to stop Onpassive, because it is for the people, it is because of people, and it's the only good hope that we have.
How could you be this bad of a speaker with this bad of a presentation, this bad quality, and this bad of a scam, and like get away with it for that long and actually get money? It's truly astounding.
On the other side, most of people are just in it for their pockets, for some fame or lame popularity.
Yeah, the SEC, these nameless, faceless lawyers and investigators who are not celebrities are doing this to you for clout. The design is very human. No kidding. Bro, what the hell? If he makes 100 M's a month and can't afford a piece of green paper to put behind him and a graphic artist to do something for $800 to make something that resembles... No kidding. He's still developing his AI-powered lawyer. This is exactly what an alien trying to be human would say. God did! Where is it?
It's all about residual income.
No, where's the God did one? That's so funny. That's so fucking funny.
God did.
God did when the FTC shuts it down.
Anyhow.
When the SEC, sorry. It's hilarious. Hilarious. I thought he was the real God. Which God is he talking about? Wow.
At any cost. I don't care about that. I'm going to remain loyal and bold. I'm going to do it or die. We're just about to roll out life-changing products. That is not going to change. And we are not going to get into the nonsense and the disappointing allegations. And
we're not going to get into the nonsense, says the guy who says that for $25 you can make $2 million a month.
Very, I would say pathetic. Sorry to say that word, but that's...
Literally, look at him scratching his head. Nothing could be more poetic than this fucking idiot scratching his head right now. You are being... Ash, listen to my voice. You are being sued by the SEC. And you're on this Zoom call right now saying that it's pathetic. Ash, my brother, you realize they are going to use this against you in court and point to all of their evidence and then add this on top and say to the judge, also, Your Honor, the defendant takes no accountability for this because after we filed the report, he did this Zoom meeting publicly where he said that we were just trying to get clout and that it was pathetic. Do you think that's going to help you, Ash? Do you think it's going to help the result of the case?
It's not going to change the fact. We've been working under the sun.
Why is he wearing a call center headset? It's foreshadowing. Because after this shit gets shut down, he's going to be working in a fucking call center if he's lucky.
Not 3 people, not 3,000, not 300 people. Millions of people know who we are, what we do. And we're not ashamed of it. We are so proud of what we do. And we will continue doing it. We're not slowing down. Business is as usual. You probably see something because it's now turning under the light. To you, probably something new. Just want you to relax. Because to us, this has been going on, and other things and other people, that is a part of the game.
You know what's crazy? I just realized something. I actually just had a big realization. One of the most common things said about me by MLM folks is that I am just doing this for clout. I am bad-mouthing companies for clout, or that I'm doing it for money. Now I realize that even if I was doing neither of those things, they would still say the same thing. For example, if I was putting out my videos and they weren't monetized, they would say, you're just doing this for clout because you have nothing better to do. You should go get some money instead of doing this hater shit. And if they are monetized and I'm getting paid off of it, they say you're just trying to profit off of our name. Now, in this case, where the SEC, who is not a content creator and is doing neither of those things, they're not getting clout, nor are they getting money off of doing this. They're not enriching themselves by suing him. Even then, they will say you're just doing this for clout. Remember in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial when Amber Heard's lawyer says to the one TMZ guy, you're doing this for your 15 minutes of fame? It's really, I just wanted to highlight this for a second in the case of Ash saying that the SEC is doing this for clout. Bro, the levels of brainwashing and delusion are so indescribable. Think about how absolutely absurd that is. He is saying that the SEC is doing this for clout. The SEC, who is not a YouTuber, not a TikToker, nobody knows, the general public doesn't know the names of those people that were on the SEC report, the investigators and the lawyers, whatever. Even if you're not doing it for money, even if you're not getting money off it, even if you're not getting subscribers and clout off of it, they can still say the same thing. So it's just a witch hunt. They've never seen anything this clean and pure before. We're disrupting the market. They're threatened by us. Amazing.
When you're someone, when you're going against the flow, when you're really doing something clean, it's going to shake up all the corruption. And I would say again, Onpassive is the only correction to the corruption. I'm told not to give so much details on that. Why? Because we have an amazing legal team. Couldn't ask for a better team.
Clearly not, because if your legal team was actually good, they would have told you under no circumstances should you go on a Zoom call and say that the SEC is clout chasing and trying to, and that they're pathetic.
So strong, so powerful, experienced, and they're so passionate about defending you.
This guy literally watched a Trump interview right before doing this Zoom call. So strong, so powerful, frankly, they want to protect us, and we're going to drain the swamp.
Onpassive, and they will settle this one way or another, and we will continue our vision, our dreams. That's not going to be changed. My request to you, not to be bothered.
SEC just gained 100K followers with their lawsuit. No shit.
That is a part of our process. We've been dealing with it, and we will continue dealing with that. They just decided, I don't know, oddly to bring that to the light when that is so disappointing.
SEC YouTube channel like, hey guys, today in this video, we're going to be shutting down a Ponzi scheme. Check it out. Thanks to BetterHelp, you can get connected with a therapist right now. Have you been in an MLM cult? It might have fucked with your brain. Thanks to BetterHelp, the sponsor of today's video. Can you imagine if the SEC and FTC were making videos like that? Like Mr. Beast style edits and shit, subtitles on the screen, and sound effects and shit.
So let that go. I ask you not to give that a lot of attention. Not specifically what happened today, but most people who are against Onpassive for a reason, or some reasons. Some of the reasons is because Onpassive is exposing them, whether they're businesses or companies. Some of them are former founders or founding members. They misbehave. We let them go. Some of them are former employees. They obviously conspired for unethical plots, and we let them go. What do you think their full-time job now? Nobody would hire a crook.
The SEC is going to box the FTC at Caesar's Palace in Vegas next month. So funny.
Okay, or some of them. So
now he's trying to pass the buck and say the people who gave Onpassive a bad name were older people in the company who are no longer part of it. Just, you really shouldn't have said anything, Ash.
We remain committed to our ethics, and we are truthful to the followers and to the users. We never will never, not just in the past, will never, ever, ever, ever harm anyone as Onpassive. It's very pathetic to think Onpassive is after the money or doing anything that is not,
Aren't you a business? Shouldn't you be after the money? No shame in that. That's the point of a business.
Good for humanity with the money. So because of that, I think you should always follow your brain intelligence and your judgment. You should have your own sense and common sense and evaluation to anything. And if you trust the company and our work, you know the level of our technologies and our process. So eventually that will overflow all these chatters here and there. It's a part of the game, I tell you. There's no way you can avoid that.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. Literally just stop talking. I'm not even on this guy's side, and I'm like, stop talking. Like, I want to give him legal advice. Stop talking, Ash.
When you're someone is going to happen. And the darkest moment at night or in the night is that moment just before the dawn.
Did he really just pull out a botched quote from the movie The Dark Knight? Not you using my favorite movie to try to defend your pyramid scheme. Maybe the most personal connection that I have to this whole thing. The night is darkest just before the dawn. Harvey Dent says that in The Dark Knight. And also, listen to how he says it. He totally botches it.
Tell you there's no way you can avoid that. When you're someone is going to happen.
Listen.
And the darkest moment at night or in the night is that moment just before the dawn rise or before the sun comes up.
The dawn. Just before the dawn, we call it this dawn. The sun coming up, we call it. We call it the sun coming up. We call it the dawn. Listen, you can't make this shit up. Also, I can fairly assume that English is not his first language, but this is deeper than... This level of bad speaking is like deeper than just English not being your first language. You know what I mean? Like, this is really bad. He pulled a George W. for real. Insane to think he convinced 800,000 people he could make them multimillionaires for $25. Stop self-snitching for real. This is insane. Ash be like, even if you're an RA for the day, it cannot always be night. Oh my God. I want to listen to that again.
That will overflow all these. Avoid that. When you're someone is going to happen. Darkest moment at night or in the night is that moment just before the dawn rise or before the sun comes up. So
the darkest moment at night or in the night is that moment just before the dawn, in the dawn when the sun comes up. My king, Ash.
So it is normal. It is natural. A lot of people, we understand, they are just not comfortable with what we're doing. You could guess the reasons.
Because it's a pyramid scheme? Thank you, AA. Marco, you could be a stand-up comedian. Thank you. I actually was. I started doing stand-up in 2019. I have a couple videos on my channel doing stand-up. And last year, when I wasn't doing MLM content, I did stand-up comedy shows or went to them almost every day for the first 6 months of 2022. And I had a moment about halfway through the year where I just imagined myself taking stand-up as far as it could go. And I was like, this isn't really my passion. But I was doing great at it. I mean, it went well. I never really had a horrible bomb, maybe once when I wasn't prepared. And that's pretty good for a new stand-up. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. Love it. Are you from East Coast? No, I'm West Coast, baby. West. Hey, yay. Thank you for that, AA. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right.
And that's not going to change the fact that we are the only hope and the only good value to our users and to the market. So for you have a choice to listen to some distraction here and there, which has been going on, and I don't think...
Crazy how, I can get them trying to discredit me as a YouTuber because I'm a YouTuber. Doesn't matter how many subscribers I have, how many accolades I have, how many views I have. They will discredit me because I'm a YouTuber and say, oh, he's just a YouTuber. And, they'll put that sound on it, that YouTuber, he's just a YouTuber. But they'll even do it to the SEC, which goes to show you the level of just insanity, sociopathy, psychopathy. Oh, that's not even me lagging. That's literally... Oh, it's because I'm watching Alanda's stream. Is that why?
I think
Is that
it should shock you.
Oh, no.
Or you have a choice to follow your logic, your common sense, your heart, and what makes sense, and who is really working hard for you, not for their pocket, or to manipulate you in your opinion and get your publicity.
Edmonton's not on a coast, but you know what I mean. It's western. It's to the western side of Canada. There's British Columbia, then Alberta. I'm in Alberta. What do you want?
Publicity. After you choose and be clear.
Thank you, Captain Kirk. LOL, you putting me into his fucking chat. Come on.
Don't play on two lines, okay? Just be affirmative and be clear.
Dude, Ash is literally the picture that comes up when you search Delulu. For real.
If you choose to be with Onpassive and win and go to the top with us, then please do not give an ear to the losers. Okay? I'm not saying
The losers, calling them losers now.
a specific name, so take this is a public statement, so don't listen. There are a lot of losers. They have nothing. They don't give you a solution, and they're just chatting. And you know, we've kicked them out of Onpassive. Some of them we know, you know, they're just unethical. They're not a good fit for Onpassive. We let them go. So this is something they would wish and hope that will be the end of it. In fact, it's just an old thing.
Bro, the fact that he looks so unbothered about this is crazy.
Been going on. Not going to affect
Ash, do you not realize how much fucking trouble you're in, bro?
us. So
Obviously not.
you got a choice to listen to whiners who never win.
He looked right there when he paused. Watch. When he paused, this is exactly what happened. Watch.
Going on. Not going to affect us. So you got
He just got a text right there from his lawyer in all caps saying, "Shut up! Stop streaming!" Look, he paused right there. Look. Stop streaming!
a choice to listen to whiners
He keeps going.
who never win, negative people, or to the winners who would always win.
Winners never quit. Quitters never win, baby. Mwah. Classic. Checking all the boxes.
And never whine. I'm ready to answer any question about products, anything. Feel free. I'm not suppressing in any way a specific topic. If you have any concern and all that, I chose this to be public.
Oh no, not the people.
They thought they're just going to catch up before our imminent
Not Chris Johnson, not Susie McRae.
release of some disruptive technologies. One of them is OConnect. And I said, you're not limited to any topic, whether it's other products or you want to talk about anything. But I have one request. After today, please don't mention this because we don't have the time for that. We got legal team to do their work. They get
Oh my God, look at everyone nodding. How the fuck did this not shatter the illusion for them? How is there not some cognitive dissonance?
paid.
The SEC, they're just haters.
They have enough information. They know the fact. They're passionate about what we do.
This is proof that these people are in a cult. If the SEC saying we're going to shut you down for being a pyramid scheme isn't enough for them to go, oh, maybe there's more to this, that is proof that it's a cult.
Believers, and this is all what matters.
Believers. When something is legit, you don't need to believe in it.
So you choose which direction. But if you're with us, I want you to be with your full heart because we don't have time for swingers or doubters or cheaters. So please be bold, like Onpassive from the beginning. And I'm here to do it or die. And I'm not seeing this as a challenge. This is just a part of the game. So it's another day in our work, probably a different day because you got to know this.
Wow.
To us, it's kind of old news. Okay? So.
Oh my God.
Would you like
clapping and thumbs upping? Wow. This is actually scary, bro.
to ask any question about this or different topics? The choice is yours and everybody's welcome.
Somebody's going to go, we're with you, Ash. Watch.
Anybody, even the haters. If you have something, come and talk to us. It's okay. We're going to expose you, but if you're real, you come and talk to us.
All right, Robin Noble's got her hand up. Robin, go ahead.
Yeah, Alonda, link me whatever you want to link me. I'll do a stream on it.
Hello, everybody. It's so nice to be with all of you this evening. Ash, thank you so much for addressing this. I think the founders are even more proud of you. I think they're even more proud of Onpassive and what we represent to the world. I know that I'm standing with you strong, and I thank you for everything that you've done. My question for you is, please, the other night, you were bursting with pride. We could see it, we could hear it when you were talking to us about OConnect. Please tell us, what is your favorite piece or part of the new OConnect that will be coming out very shortly?
Oh my God.
I appreciate the question, and I love it. Thank you so much, Robin, and thank you for being.
Let me just skip ahead a bit.
So I appreciate it. This is my wife. She got me a cup of tea. Failure is not an option.
Oh my God.
And thank you.
My wife brought me a cup of tea. It says failure's not an option. Look at the guy on the far left of the screen. Look at how he lit up. Look at this guy right here. Look at how he lights up.
She got me a cup of tea. Failure is not an option.
He's so happy. No, why is everyone so happy?
Bingo.
For a fucking cup of tea. Grown men and women clapping and cheering. Good old Ash. Drinking tea. Gotta love that guy.
So
That is a good guy if I've ever met one.
We believe the quality of the high resolution. So this is we've time. So people
skipping ahead.
With me and a whole host of others.
Wow, his audio is even worse.
You're gonna feel the difference. It's still it is not. I didn't see 12K on my device.
Well, look, you guys, that's all I've got for you today. This was absolutely even way better than I expected because of how completely delulu this guy is and was. Wow. I could literally cut this video down into a stream. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't even record, but I can download it later and whatever. But wow. Wow. Yeah. Can my refrigerator hear me? I think I'm dropping that clip tomorrow or on the next day. Wow. Amazing, you guys. Thank you for being here. Follow me on Instagram at alwaysmarco. And I know that you guys want me to stream more often, and perhaps I will get back to more than one stream per week. But I'm actually enjoying it. You know, this streaming once a week thing is allowing me more time to actually chop videos from previous streams into more concise videos. So past couple days, you know, I put out the Pyramids and Presidents and Pyramids video, which was cut down from the stream, which I really love. And then past couple days, I've been cutting clips from that video to post on social media. And I have several other videos that I'm doing the same thing with. And I have my Steve Hassan interview on Monday. So no shortage of content coming from me. And I hope to provide you a big, more wide update that I can't really be specific about in about a month. So, you know, appreciate you guys. Notice how the one person talking had no picture. Yeah, I thought that person was trolling based on their tone at first. There's a kids entertainer called Miss Rachel, and when she makes the toy car appear, my baby claps. The cheering reminded me of that. Hilarious. Thank you guys for the support. I want to make sure I didn't miss any donations. So TK Subi, $5. Thank you. They said if the FTC investigators were paid a commission or bonus for every MLM they closed, they would be closing them left and right, 100%. Or if there was a whistleblower program, forget about it. Fuck. Excuse me. Insane. I should debate Patrick Bet-David. I would love to. Put me in touch, you know. CoffeeZilla already did it. I don't think Patrick's going to do it again, but yeah. Thank you, guys. I'm releasing a bunch of content. Really appreciate it. Love you guys. And peace out. Wrong button.
Marco, play it some more, Marco. Come on, Marco, fuck him.
Peace out.